corrected himself as another bramble snagged his pants leg. Not just promised, guaranteed. And if by some chance that guarantee didn't pan out in spades, Eugene thought as he kicked fiercely at the offending vegetation, it wouldn't be his neck that got broken. That was for sure, too. His foot caught again, this time in a loop of bittersweet vine tough as rope, sending him flailing until he came down hard on his left ankle, twisting it painfully. He bit back a yelp. No one could see him. The houses here at the west end of the island were too far apart, and the intervening weeds and scrubby saplings too thick and tall up over his head. But it wouldn't do to have anyone hear him, would it? Some nosy idiot whose presence absolutely hadn't been planned on, who might hear him cussing, and wonder what the dickens he might be up to, stumbling around out here in the brush and trash. And remember it later, maybe, too. No, Eugene definitely didn't want any of that. Wincing, he hobbled the last few yards to the edge of the thicket and peered again at the rear of the house. No one in there. The whole plan depended on it. And on me, Eugene reminded himself with a fresh surge of annoyance as he scooted from the cover of brush to the broken back door. Never mind that there's two in this plan, he thought darkly as he tried the old door. Two splitting the profit. But only one taking any of the risk. And what else is new? He thought irritably. If there might be a dirty end of the stick, just call Eugene. He's dumb enough to grab it. Which had happened before, and was pretty much what he was doing this time, too, while his partner sat safely in the car up on the road, on the other side of the back lot. So much for fairness. So much for sharing the work equally. But this time at least there was, guaranteed, to be a fine payoff. One hard yank, and the door to the falling down little shed popped open. He glanced around furtively, then ducked inside and pulled it solidly closed behind him again. And paused. No sound from within the house. He could hear his heart pounding. But his breath came easier, though his ankle now felt like the fires of hell had been ignited inside his boot. Reassured by the silence, he examined his surroundings. An old washing machine, some broken flower pots, cans of used motor oil. Things had sure changed since the McSorleys lived here. Man, and people said his place was a dump. Which it was, but at least he had an excuse. When you never got a break, just more struggles and disappointment. When the others got moonlight and roses, and all you ever got was a kick in the face. Then maybe you just didn't have the resources to keep everything all spiffed up and la-dee-da all the damned time. He looked around some more, conscious that even with no one in the house, he had better hurry. The bag should be right here somewhere. An ordinary brown paper bag folded over and stapled at the top. A bag with a couple of 100 illegal pills in it. Eugene felt his heart lift buoyantly just at the thought. 200 pills. 20 or even $30 profit on each. Best case, and if his arithmetic was right, the score added up to a whopping $6,000. Divided by 2, which Eugene grudgingly admitted to himself was probably necessary since someone had to sell the pills, and he was not in a position to do it, especially not now with a bum ankle. It was still a good payday, for a relatively simple outlay of work, he told himself, even if he did have to split the cash. So all right then, where the hell was the damned bag? With a scowl of distaste, for in his heart, and despite the disorder of his own personal living situation, Eugene Dibble felt himself to be a fastidious man, he began picking through the many items left here to decay by some long-ago occupant. The shed's old double-hung windows, gone awry in their weather-beaten wooden frames, shivered in the wind as he searched, his hands stinging and blood-streaked from thorn scratches, and his boots sliding on the mossy, uneven red bricks that formed the floor of the rickety structure. Under old magazines. No. Behind a laundry hamper half buried in a pile of yellowed Venetian blinds that clattered and fell as he touched them. Nada. Under a heap of old ice fish.